Here's a PSA for all the sensitive people just like me, because I'm sensitive too and I need stuff like this, because otherwise it just hurts my feelings. Top 7 most disappointing WWE toys and trends of 2016. Number 7, Mega Hype falls flat. Yep, the clickbait portion. AJ Styles, what was that? Elite 47. Why was this disappointing? Well, because the body, there it says right there, the Carge head, it was just like a major disappointment for such high hype. This figure was very much wanted by a lot of people, but Mattel just didn't deliver with this. He's too skinny, the head's too big, they missed out on putting his decals in his gloves, too chest is too hairy, that head is too Carge, and overall this figure just didn't live up to the hype. And then another figure that didn't live up to the hype is Sasha Banks Elite 44. This had crazy amount of paint flaws, such a wrong choice for the body, and honestly for mine, it was disgusting. There was like some stains on it, like scratches. It was just not a really good figure. And this is Elite Sasha Banks, the boss. We should have got more. And then speaking of getting more, Mattel had a year to create this white Seth Rollins, and what did they do? They delivered us a figure with crazy amount of paint flaws and just parts that don't match. It's literally just a repaint, and Mattel dropped the ball. Le ball, baby. Next up is Mutant Sting. There were some really cool figures from this line, but I thought this Sting was just pretty much trash. It looks gross. It's like too on the nose. Oh, Sting's a scorpion. Yeah, let's make him a scorpion. You know, like the Brock Lesnar is cool. Stardust, again, it's kind of on the nose, but it actually works for the character. This just, in my opinion, it doesn't look good. I hate the hands. I hate the chicken feet. The painting's good, and the weirdest thing about this figure, though, is that the head is freaking amazing. Like, Mattel did a great job with that head. It's just such a disappointing factor that this figure's body is so gross. I'm definitely gonna do a fig swap, fig hack, and switch that head off with something else, but this figure just did not really do much for me, and honestly, if it did anything for me, it was make me realize that it's gross. Number 5, WWE Zombies. Now, unlike mutants, I see absolutely no point to these zombies. They're not as cool looking, and if you watch Rob Pollock's review of Undertaker, you'll see that they break apart when you open them up, at least as Undertaker did. And for me, I bought a bunch of them, but they pretty much just sit on the floor gathering dust, and you can see, I didn't even clean them off for this video, so you can see just the state of disgusting they're in. But the Bray Wyatt is probably the best from the set. But it's just like, why did they put so much work into these instead of actually putting the work into the actual elites and maybe the defining moments? Because defining moments needed some work. Number 4, the trend of the downfall of defining moments. First up is defining moments Sting, Surfer Sting. This figure, it was priced at $25, but honestly, it was not worth the $25 to $30 price range. I paid about $25 for this, and I felt ripped off. The jacket is too tight, the face is not accurate at all, it just doesn't look good, and the torso itself isn't good, and it's just not an accurate figure, which leads us to the opposite end of the spectrum, the Ultimate Warrior defining moments, the Ultimate Maniac figure. Now this is a good figure, it's just crazy how this too was priced at $25 to $30 when we got the Macho Man with the same level of detail in the Elite Wave, because this is an Elite figure, but for some reason we're getting ripped off. They're pricing this at a higher price, $5 to $10 more, and I made a video last year, well this year 2016, about the downfall and how defining moments are more about spending extra money to get figures that are barely above the Elite range, and the downfall, it continued until Ric Flair came out, which you'll see maybe in my top 7 list. Number 3, the WWE TMNT crossover. Now, I think the reason why this is in the list is because it really hurt me. I love the current TV show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I love WWE. So when I saw that they were collabing, and this was announced at New York Comic Con, I was super excited because, as I said, I love both. But what we got was not as great as I anticipated. They look really good, but once you take them out of the box, you realize just the quality control isn't there, the articulation just isn't there, and these figures are really not worth the $20. Maybe if they were $10, $15, $12, they'd definitely be worth it. But at the $20 price range, I expect more articulation, I expect better quality figures, and the use of stickers just really bothers me. That's something that I feel like is so outdated. Just print something on the items. Don't rely on stickers, and these figures let me down. And I recommend if you pick them up, just leave them mint on card, because once you take them out, you realize that they're really not that good as action figures. Bonus round! Worst trend. Okay, the new elbow joints. I hate these because for the dudes, it makes that weird overhang at the elbow. It makes it more difficult for customizers. Anything that makes things more difficult to people that want to create arguably better figures than Mattel gives us is a bad move. And especially when we look at Asuka. This figure would have been in my top 7 list, but her new elbow joint actually inhibits the articulation so much that it's, in my opinion, not a very good figure, because action figures have the adjective action in the name. And once you take away action, they become worse figures. So that Asuka figure was definitely going to be top 7 based on the paint application, although the face I don't think was that great, but just the level of detail. But now it is probably not even my top 15 of 2016. 16 of 2016. Number 2, Lana. Lana is a beautiful woman, right? So when Mattel put out this figure of an absolutely not beautiful woman, I was disgusted. Now the body and the paint application, it's actually pretty good. They did a good job with that, but for some reason with the face, they totally dropped the ball. I don't know why it looks so gross. Like this is just a straight up gross looking face. It doesn't capture her likeness. It doesn't look like her. And it reminds me of the Renee Young figure, just worse. I don't know why Mattel thought this was okay to release, but if this is most likely going to be in everyone's top 10 worst figure list of 2016 for WWE, because for me, that figure's just not good. I never even reviewed it because I thought the face was so bad and I couldn't bring myself to actually taking it out of the box. I bought it myself, but I just can't review it. That's just something I don't want to do. Maybe in 2017 I'll build up my strength and review it, but not 2016. Number 1, GameStop exclusive Suplex City, Brock Lesnar. Now this figure has a really bad face. The body is okay, the shirt is totally inaccurate, but the thing is, exclusives are supposed to be great figures in my mind. They're supposed to be ones that make you run out to the store that has them. But this face, that is not a figure that makes you want to run out. And then there are like crazy quality control issues. It's a really funny looking Brock Lesnar. Like if you want it for the comedy factor, that's great, but the quality just isn't there. Brock Lesnar doesn't wear shirts with sleeves. It's just a really fumbled figure from Mattel, and GameStop really got the short of the stick with this release, and I feel bad for them because like they've got an exclusive. That's awesome. Walgreens gets some amazing figures, but GameStop got that gross looking Brock Lesnar, and I think it pretty much sums up a lot of my negativity towards Mattel in 2016, is that they just make these terrible choices. Kind of like WWE does for the end of some pay-per-views, you know, those who watched Roadblock. It's like they have the skills, they have the power to make some amazing figures, but then what we get is pretty much paying more money for not quality figures. So it's not good stuff. Especially this Brock. This is the worst figure of 2016. Yo, so you heard me yap and spew my opinions left and right, and we all have different opinions. That's what makes us great human beings and individuals. So take the time, write out your top 7 most disappointing WWE figures. Every time I say disappointing, I want to say defining. Is that a conspiracy based on defining moments? But yeah, take the time. Think of some figs you don't like, some trends. If you made a video yourself, link it in the comments. Sometimes YouTube throws it in the spam folder, so I'll check that too. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I need all the YouTube rev I can, because 2017, I'm gonna make some cool stuff, video-wise, content-wise, figure-wise. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Tommy out, baby.